The Type 61 is a Japanese Tier 9 medium tank. This is the first tank developed in Japan after World War II. It was developed from 1954 through 1961 on the basis of the American M47 tank. The dimensions of the vehicle were decreased and the armor was reduced. As a result, the tank was lighter and the tank complied with the requirements of the Japanese armored forces. In World of Tanks, the Type 61 leads to the STB-1, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series, and as you can see today we'll be driving the Type 61, and I believe we already had one Type 61 gameplay, but nevertheless we are going to have another one, and we are going to, well, come close to losing a game by just getting complacent. That's one of the things that I usually talk about, and I'm going to talk about it once again, just from the perspective, well, from a close perspective from the driver of the Type 61, and driving the Type 61 for us is chupavi. So yeah, let us dive into the game. We can see that he's playing on the winter Himmelsdorf, which is basically the same as the regular Himmelsdorf, not really much there to talk about. And you can see his Type 61 is fully upgraded as he is doing a lot of damage with the shells. So with the upgraded Type 61 he is, I believe it's 390 damage and it's 258mm of penetration with the standard APCR rounds. So really, when you get into your tier 9, I believe that you do not have to use those hit shells. And he has a pretty nice loadout here. He has a couple of APCR, a couple of premium shells, so the hit shells and a couple of HE shells, and he's going to be using those shells very effectively. You're going to see throughout the game. Now, as you can see, he is playing here on the right side of the map, or is it, yeah, left side or right side from his point of view, and he's fighting against the T-54 and the Skoda T-50. Now, you saw him bounce one shot there from the Skoda. The Skoda just finishes off the Scorpion, the friendly Scorpion. As he reloads, he goes for the Skoda. Remember, the Skoda is a 3-shell autoloader, so for the 2 shells that the Skoda did, Type is now able to do another 2 shells into him and finish him off pretty quickly there. Now he's in a platoon with the 1319. I believe they coordinated this attack against the Skoda T-50. As soon as the Skoda was reloading, 1319 came to help and just clipped as much as he could into that Skoda. And you can see that the team is losing currently. Now we can see that chupavi is trying to have a shot on that AMX 1319 up on the hill, but 3.6 accuracy on the Type 61 really doesn't allow him to make an accurate shot there. So he misses the first shot. He is now going for the second one. I believe this one hit, and the AMX is just a couple of seconds from the death. Yep, there he goes. But still they are losing. As you can see, the enemies still have more damage done, more tanks killed. Another great shot on the Type 28 prototype with the 258mm of penetration. He really can shoot towards the T28 just straight through the frontal armor. Really doesn't have to aim for the weak spots. We all know that that tank destroyer has a pretty bad armor to shoot at, and yeah, the Type 61, as you saw there with the big gun, going pretty easily there through the armor. Now once again coordinating with the MX 1390, he put one shot into the T-34 and he knows that he is not going to reload in time to finish off the T-34, so he lets the AMX 1390 have the shot and have the kill. Now as you can see, the situation is, well, not that bad, because they are going to be winning the kill, as it looks like there. And they have the Jagdpanzer and the E5 on the downside, but really they are not a threat to the friendly team. Not just yet from this position. So they don't have the best tanks to fight off with the tier 10s that are left there, but as you can see, it looks like the Jagdpanzer is going towards the friendly cap. Yeah, there he goes. And the E5 is trying to go back and reset the cap, so the LTTB is doing a great job there, luring out the T10E5 to go back. So he needs to go back, he needs to reset that cap. And we saw a couple of sneaky shots by the Type 61 here onto the E5, so he is following the gameplay really nicely here. Shooting on the hill was the WZ, shooting on the E5 that he's trying to reset. Really nice gameplay here. As you can see, that T10 E5 is just trying to put some shots into the Type. He doesn't really go for the LTTB there, but the AMX-1319 does a great job there and finishes him off. And the IS-3 was able to finish off the tanks that were left up there. And yeah, that's it. They have 4 tanks versus 2. Even though one of those tanks is the Jagdpanzer E100, the other one is artillery, so we are going to be expecting for the artillery to die pretty quickly there through the light tanks. And we are going to see how the Type 61 is going to fight off the Jagdpanzer E100. So the Jagdpanzer misses one here. That means that the Type is going to be reloading and have the next shot into the Jagdpanzer E100. Now you can see that he is using premium shells. I don't know where that one went. That must be the accuracy of 0.36 to miss that one, but he's using premium shells here. He really doesn't want to give the chance for the Jagdpanzer E100 to well survive the shots. Well, you can see that the Jagdpanzer is out of the cap. That can mean one or two things. So he is advancing towards the Type 61, but he is not spotted, or he is backing into the street, so on the B street. And it looks like that the GV Tiger P and the MX-1319 just killed each other. Probably the GV took him out and took himself at the process. So yeah, that was pretty unfortunate to lose the teammate here, but he still has a bigger problem, very big problem. That's the Jagdpanzer E100. Now, the complacency that I was talking about, you're just going to see it here. The IS-3, the LTTB and the Type 61 are going to try and root out that Jagdpanzer E100 from the position where he is in. So the Jagdpanzer did a great thing here. He went into a position that he can easily defend there. The IS-3 really doing a stupid thing here, going out towards the the Jagdpanzer E100. Jagdpanzer puts one shot in, finishes off the IS-3, and now he's backing off, not allowing the Type 61 to shoot him. Unfortunately, one of those shells from the Type 61 hit the side of the Jagdpanzer, but the Jagdpanzer was able to bounce. And now the LTTB is going to try and go for the Jagdpanzer. Yeah, we all saw that is going to happen from a mile away, so don't do that. Yeah, just don't do that. The Type 61 still doing a great thing here, finishing off another hit shell into the lower plate of the Jagdpanzer, and this one missed. Now, this is a problem for the Type 61. If the Jagdpanzer goes forward and puts one shot in him, he is going to be dead and going to lose this game, so he needs to be really careful here. He is going to try and find the shot on the Jagdpanzer somehow, trying to, well, win this one, but he could have easily won if the LTTB and the IS-3 just stood their ground. They really didn't rush the Jagdpanzer like that, so they could have done a lot more. They could have attacked it from two sides, maybe come close from one side and try and push up with the IS-3 and the Type 61 from another. So yeah, but from this position, as you can see, great job to the Jagdpanzer E100. He is able to, well, defend himself against 3 tanks and not get surrounded. So the friendly team is advising the Type 61 to just go and cap, and sure, he can do that. He can go and cap and lure out the Jagdpanzer E100, but well, if he goes into the cap, I believe that the Jagdpanzer can just get into the cap himself maybe and draw out the game. So no, the Type 61 is not going to do that. He is going to try and find the shot on the Jagdpanzer E100 and finish him off. Now, what he is doing here is trying to find the angle on the Jagdpanzer E100. Remember, the Jagdpanzer really doesn't know where the Type 61 is at this moment, so he needs to come out if he wants to spot him. Now, Didn't spot the Jagdpanzer there on the crossing. I was sure that he is going to do that, but unfortunately he wasn't able to spot him. That means either that the Jagdpanzer is too far away to be spotted, or that he moved, and it looks like the Jagdpanzer just moved, going into the cap once more. Now, I have to say that this is probably a mistake by the Jagdpanzer, so he doesn't know where the Type 61 is, and yeah, I believe he just got spotted there. Now he knows that the Type 61 is coming from one side, from this side, and he misses his last hit shell. Unfortunate there to miss on the superstructure of the Jagdpanzer E100. Now he needs to connect the APCR, really needs to aim carefully here to finish off the Jagdpanzer. Let's just see what is going to happen. I'm not just going to guess what he is going to play. Now, nice shot there on the commander's hatch. Unfortunately, this one didn't penetrate. The commander's hatch, I believe, is a weak point on the Jagdpanzer E100, but unfortunately the Type 61 wasn't able to penetrate. And another shot, and he hits the superstructure, and the Jagdpanzer makes a crucial mistake here, shooting where he probably shouldn't shot at the Type 61. Now the lower plate of the Jagdpanzer finishes him off. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. So we saw a really nice gameplay here in the Type 61. We saw a couple of medals like Firefire Effect, Confederate Defender, High Caliber, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet we can see that he did most of the damage in the friendly team, 6,342, 3 kills and 1,372 experience. On the detailed report we can see that he fired 27 shots, of which 22 hit the target and 17 penetrated, and with the premium account he was able to score 16,000 credits. As always, we are going to analyze this gameplay at the end. So we saw a pretty nice gameplay with the Type 61. He did everything that he could to fend off the attackers on his side. He did that perfectly against the T-54 and the Skoda T-50. But unfortunately, even though the team was winning, at one point they managed to lose, well, not to lose the game, but to lose a couple of tanks that are pretty important at the end game, and they were struggling to finish off the Jagdpanzer E100, but they really shouldn't. But once again, Type 61 stepped up and finished off the Jagdpanzer at the end, and not allowed the Jagdpanzer to get the draw or win. A pretty nice game there. As always, if you liked the video, you can leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if these kind of things happen to you as well. So winning the game and then just forfeiting at the end. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video with the bad chat on the mines map. Also another tactical mistake by the friendly team, and you can see how that fares out. As always, at the end, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.